Good Monday morning, my friends. I believe it's July the 9th. Monday morning here. It's about 11 a.m. I'm broadcasting from the plains of West Texas out there. Wet as it can be. Boy, we got rain last night and a little hail, but no, we had some winds, but nothing extreme, okay? Nothing extreme happened here last night with the weather. But boy, the roads are pretty wet. It's supposed to be sunny all day, and here we go again tonight with maybe more. And the saga just continues. It seems like every evening we have to deal with something like that. Coffee, friends. What are you drinking? Oh, that's so good. What are you drinking this Monday morning? It's not early Monday morning, but I'm coming at you today as we continue our sequence on sock knitting, okay? That's the heel we made yesterday. And now we're going to talk about the gusset. Now, I'm going to try to not make this video, I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible. So I'm going to be interrupting the video as I knit down a section, and when I get to the end, I'll come back because I don't want this to be real long, and there's a lot to the gusset. So, friends, are you ready to tackle the gusset? After we did the heel flap, that's the eye of partridge. This is the heel, turn, and we stopped at this edge, okay? We stopped at this edge when we finished our heel turn, and this morning what I did was I turned it around to face me, and I knitted all the way from that side to this side because we're going to knit clockwise. We don't want to go counterclockwise, okay? So you want to get your working yarn back over here on the left side of your heel because we are not going to crochet the sock counterclockwise. We're going to crochet it clockwise, and nobody told me that, but that's how it works out. So I learned real quick, you don't go counterclockwise. So that just don't work. That's just wrong, okay? Now, if you do it counterclockwise and you have good luck with it, blessings to you. I don't know how, okay? So I just work clockwise. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. But that's what I do. And when I knitted this over to this next edge over here, which looking at it, you'll be looking at it like that. Okay? So we're going to start going down the gusset, and this is the gusset right here. This is what we're going to be working into those stitches. You see those stitches? Hold on, I'm going to twist it. Twisted, you have these nice little stitches over here because this is all the slip as if to purl on the sides that we made our heel flap with, okay? So that's why we did that. So we'll have these nice spaces, stitches with good spaces, so we can pick up our yarn to start working our gusset, okay? And when I knitted, I almost said crocheted, when I knitted to this side to start working the gusset, I have 20 knit stitches on this. Now, if you were watching my other videos on sock knitting, I told you that we were going to have more than 16 per needle as we went along. Well, here we're starting that. So what we're going to end up with, 16 stitches per needle again. But this is where all the increases. Well, we've already increased. Now we're going to start decreasing. So there's more than 16 stitches on each side of this gusset, on each side of the heel flap. Okay, because we've added some to the, we've just added some as we've put our heel on. So friends, I'm going to get you set up. Yesterday was not good because I don't think you could see real well. So I'm going to go back to trying to knit in front of this camera where you can see. Okay. So, are you ready? I'm ready. So let me get you set up and I'll be right back. Okay, my friends and family. So what I'm going to do is I'm now picking up gusset stitches on this first side. So you'll stick your needle in there in the whole stitch, and you'll wrap it around your yarn and you'll pull it through. Now this is kind of fidgety. It isn't so fidgety if I wasn't trying to put my arms around this camera and do it. But since I am having to do that to show y'all, it is a little fidgety. And it should not be this fidgety. It's going to be a little bit fidgety. Of course. Okay. So see, I have 4 picked up already. Now, this is my needle number 4. So that when I get finished with this, picking up this gusset, instead of 3 needles, I'll have 4 back on my project. And when I get finished with that, I will have the 5th needle. So we're going back to using 5 needles, okay? And like I said, if you don't have to put your arms around a camera, it's probably not going to be that difficult to pick up your gusset stitches. I enjoy doing the gusset, actually. I don't dread that at all. It's just part of the magic to making homemade socks. I'm glad we can go to the store and buy socks, friends. I'm not saying that this is the only way to have your feet covered up. But this is, if you've never worn a pair of handmade socks, knitted handmade socks, and I don't mean on the knitting machine, I mean on needles like this, you don't know what you're missing because your foot feels like it's just slipped into some wonderful place, okay? All right, wait just a second there. I only picked up 1 stitch on that. See, you are not supposed to pick up just 1 loop. You're supposed to get both loops. So be careful of that when you do it. Make sure you get both loops. But as I was saying, let me get back to what I was saying. If you've never worn handmade knitted socks with the circular needles or double pointed needles, or you know what I mean. I don't know. I can't speak for the ones made on the Addy knitting machine, but I know they don't fit as well because there's no way to get them to fit as well. This way, you can control the length and the width and the fit of someone's foot. Like if you have a family member that has diabetes and they have a big old bunion on their toe or something that bothers them, you can just add some length up there by that deformity on their foot, and You can make a pair of socks that are comfortable and that fit. But you don't have to have a problem with your feet to enjoy these socks. No. These are like putting velvet on your feet. If you will, if that makes any sense. And it should. Uh-oh, now see there, you know what I did, friends? Don't do that. I went in the same set of stitches twice. And it's easy to do because these are kind of all crammed. These stitches are all crammed together over here. So be very careful when you're picking up your gussets that you only do one pull through each set of stitches. Well, I can't seem to get that, can I? Oh no, that's the cats. Friends, let me take care of the cats. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, I'm back. That was Pido wanting in here. So she's up here with me. So that's what you'll do. Just all the way down the side of this gusset. Is just pick up your stitches. Thank you, Pat. And again, friends, it's hard when you've got your hands wrapped around this this camera. So let me take this from behind the camera and finish it by pulling it closer to me, just because I can't really do it this way very well. And we'll continue in a second. Okay, my friends, I've got all my gusset stitches on that side picked up. I had to have good tension on my yarn. You have to keep good tension on your yarn to pull it up through those stitches. So I had to move away from, I'm just like literally putting my arms around this camera. And it's like pretty wide. It's a tablet, so it's pretty wide. So I had to move, but yeah, it's not that difficult if you hold your tension well with your left hand or however you hold your tension. Now, so we've got 19 gusset stitches on here. Like I said, we're going to end up with 16 on each side. So we're going to have to decrease, and I'm going to show you how to do that. The next step that we do is we take our other needle, our number 5 needle, and we are going to knit. Here's our 2 hanging needles with our stitches on them that they've been just hanging around while we've been working on this heel flap and the heel. So they're still just hanging there, and we're fixing to use them now, okay? So I am going to take my last needle, and I'm just going to knit all the way across, okay? Now, remember, there's 16 stitches on each of these needles that we're hanging. So that is going to mean there's going to be another 32 stitches on this one needle, because we're going to put these two, the stitches on each needle, we're going to put them together on one needle. Okay? I wanted to just put it in my lap and work on it yesterday because it's easier for me, so I don't have to wrap my arms around this tablet. But it didn't show up close enough to see what I was really doing, and that's important. So, okay, so I've transferred all the stitches off of this needle onto this new needle. And now I'm going to put the other 16 on here, okay? I'm just going to knit them on there. Yeah, this is part of the fun parts of making socks too, when you put all this stuff, these components together and it all comes together. Yeah. See, I'm just straightening out my stitches so they're not all pulling. That's just part of knitting, okay? Just keep your stitches kind of where they should be. Okay, we're at the end of that. Now there's 32 stitches on this needle. Hi, Pie. So now we're back over on the gusset side. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Let me get a sip of coffee. We're going to do the same thing, my friends. We're going to use a fresh needle and pick up our gusset stitches, okay? So the same thing. You go in both those stitches. Move, Pie. Move, Pie. Oh, she's up here to be with me, but she's just getting in my way. Pie, now you're getting your feet in my yarn. Sorry, friend, she knocked y'all down. Pie, I'm going to put you out if you don't go on. Pie, don't rub on this. Pie. Okay, friends, I got to put my cat out. Okay, my friends, I finished up the gusset stitches. Not on video because I can't manage to do that with my hands, and the tension wasn't right, and you have to have the right tension to do that. Believe me. Okay, so we've got all our gusset stitches picked up. We've put our other hanging needles, all the stitches all on one needle, and now we're back to 4 needles and a working number 5 needle. Now what we're going to do before we do any decreases, we are going to knit all the way around this sock. Okay, we want it just a row of knit with no decreases or anything, just to stabilize it and affirm that all our stitches are there, okay? We don't need to do anything fancy right now, like decrease stitches. We got plenty of time to do that. So what you're going to see here is just me knitting all the way around. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go off camera and finish knitting this all the way around. And I'll meet you back up here at the top, okay? At the top of the heel turn. Okay, friends and family, I have finished going around my sock. I've just knitted all the way around the sock. This is where the leg would be attached up here. And so if you had a leg, you would just be a lot longer, okay? But I was just trying to show you with what I was working on. So as I counted my stitches, as I told you, I have 32 stitches on this row, and we're going to have to decrease all these stitches down to 16. We want 16 on each needle. I have 32 on this needle. I have 19 on each of the gussets on the sides. There's 19 on each side. And I have 20 on my heel section. So we have to decrease them all. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to come back tomorrow and show you how to decrease. And yeah. friends and family. Let's see. I'll be right back. So friends and family, I'm going to stop it here. I don't want it too long, and we'll do decreases tomorrow. And there's 2 ways to do them. One leans to the left and one leans to the right. And you use different ones in different places, however you need it, okay? And I'll show you how to do that. So friends, have a great rest of your Monday, and all my love goes out to you. Stay safe around all these storms and wind and hail and tornadoes. God's blessing on you, and I'll catch you next time. Love you. Bye-bye.